Maybe you are now wondering how the day-to-day business of a user experience research consultant here at iSquare may look like, and that is why we have just one more talk before the lunch break. I don't think it's going to be too long, right? So please stay patient with us. And we are very happy to have Max here with us. Max Pietzker works as a research consultant in the user experience unit here at iSquare, and he will share some insights on his daily research practice.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Simon, for the nice introduction. I'm not Florian, as you see in the agenda. I'm sorry for the switch in presentership. Florian fell sick. We wish him speedy recovery. Also, Inga, our dear client, speedy recovery to both of them. I'm still happy to be here and talk to you today and give you a little bit of an insight into our unit and how we do it with the Sandbox, titled Sandboxing User Experience. Maybe first, let's locate ourselves in the Sandbox universe. So we've heard already we have media and retail environments, but where we find ourselves most often is the client's product itself. So today we might check an in-app check-in process for an airline. Tomorrow it's setting up a savings account for a bank. So we work with the client's product directly. So being able to import live websites or prototypes, frameworks, whatever it may be, is a huge step for us in setting up a study and enabling us and empowering us as researchers, actually. This is, of course, only one of the applications of the Sandbox. Here we have a summary. Of course, we can start from scratch, having the full control. And the blank page is, I think, the most classic approach for any writers, artists, or designers to really start from zero and have full freedom. Then two is what I just said, importing already existing prototypes, mockups, or products, or even live websites is amazing to take these and then build on top of it and still be free in your creation. To make things more sustainable or for recurring studies, of course, we can also build templates and reuse and recycle those. And talking about efficiency of research, AI, of course, amazing. If you have a section and you need content, you can create it in a matter of seconds. So these all are great applications, and yeah, for us, especially number two, importing designs through Figma is a big advantage. The Freenet study you're very familiar with, in case you have a very short working memory, that Karina walked us through now. Here exactly is what we did. We went onto the live website, scraped the section we needed, and then built on top of it, as Karina has just shown you, adding details or removing it, creating two new versions to be tested. And as we've also seen, adding the click data and click tracking very easily in the Sandbox, we could reveal a otherwise a layer that was not there in addition to the explicit ratings. And we could see that version 2 won because people could decide quicker and overall took less time to finish the task. This was one. This is another study that we have already used the Sandbox for. Here we work with a healthcare provider, that's all I can say. And they are, a little background to the study, they are rebrushing the registration process for the user account online. And the critical part and moment here is where users can decide for or against personalized content and personalized experience of the app, which requires them to share data, personal and health-related data with the provider. So our client, knowing that in the German market, people are a bit aware of their data protection and data privacy, they wanted to test this with us. And they said, we already have some versions in Figma, and we were great, send them over. We could just upload them into our Sandbox and then start working. And we have a little video here, I think, that plays, I don't know if it, perfect. So here we are, it's actually a very intimate insight because this is the editor that we use to then create the stimuli. So for me, as a researcher or us, it's amazing to work right here and select elements to work in layers. And also all these elements are already interactive. So I can select the radio button, I can click on learn more and the text expands, all within the editor. I don't have to go to another website to see what happens. I don't have to switch between modes to see what the user will see. And there is code behind it, beautiful code that makes all this perfect, but I'm not a web developer. I don't want to be a web developer. I'm a researcher and working in this editor and being able to do this without talking every day to the development team and piling up more and more tasks and writing more and more tickets and doing all of this alone is amazing. And this is also the part where we can take control and manipulate everything, as we've heard already in the previous presentation. So this is where we prepared, and this is also the stimuli that we used later. And this is also where, well, let me go back again. This is also where we can easily incorporate the click tracking. So this is also easily done with drag and dropping and combining the specific elements that I want to be tracked, and I can do that myself. It's great. And I can talk to the client can talk to me, and I don't have to involve any other party to make sure that what we do and what we are researching is tailored to what the client needs actually. So again, saving a lot of time and a lot of trouble and also preventing misunderstandings sometimes. So this is an overview of the study design. We incorporated the stimuli and what we built in the sandbox in a usual online survey. We have the screening part, then people are redirected to the stimuli very smoothly and back to the survey where we asked for explicit ratings. And in the end, also, we decided to let them directly compare both in an A-B fashion. And jumping ahead to the results, actually, versions were not different enough to really generate big differences in the explicit ratings. We didn't see so much in the scaled ratings of difference, but again, the behavioral part, the click tracking, how engaged were people, where did they click, what did they click? This was really revealed by the click tracking that, as I said, I could incorporate in the stimuli. It was really easily done, and it gave us so much more value to the results and also so much more value to the client that we could then feed back to what people actually did. And then people in version 1 were more likely to click on personalized experience. So the benefits in user experience we see first, of course, in the design and creation. Really at this point of being empowered as a designer, although not being one, to be able to do all this. And also for the client, saving resources. As Inga said, she did not have to go through the design team. She did not have to go through the development team. Her and us, we were able to create the versions that she wanted to test. And second, of course, this whole behavioral testing aspect that as a researcher and also a lot of us as psychologists is of course one of the most interesting things, and it's so great to easily incorporate it finally and yeah, tailor the research that we're asked for by our clients to their needs. All of this as an outlook, what we can do and how we can incorporate the sandbox further into our daily practice. This is already what we did and what our studies showed, the quantitative UX research where we can easily incorporate the stimuli. Then qualitative interviews, as Inga said, we can also use the sandbox to create the things we show in a one-on-one interaction or in focus groups. We can imagine to do co-creation workshops to really bring ideas to life in that very moment, to change things, to change the color, to maybe change a section, maybe create something with AI, all in one workshop, bumping heads together. And at last, for in-house research, we do not want to gatekeep, we want to share what we benefit from. So we can also imagine to give it to the client, to let them enjoy the benefits and the fruits of the sandbox, so to say, to collaborate and create and iterate designs themselves. So this is what we are looking forward to, all possible through the sandbox. And yeah, we are very proud of it. Also, if you want to learn more about the sandbox, a little bit of PR on our side, don't miss our upcoming webinar on October 1st with Karina that you have already met today and my dear colleague, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max, for these wonderful use cases. Now, does anybody from the audience have a question?